to give back Mother Nature what we have been taking from her.
I believe that they are helping the nation building, and